All right.
Hey, Vincent.
Tomorrow is policy address.
Tomorrow's policy address. Yeah.
Yeah, and today is the quietness before the storm.
Quiet before the storm, but always trying to keep it interesting for people. Today is not going to be so quiet, so we'll talk about something kind of interesting to people.
All right. So I thought we are going to just remain quiet and call it a day.
No. We got to keep people's attention.
Oh, I thought we have a short episode today.
Look over here.
All right.
What do we got for you? Liquor licensing is going to be on the agenda, but we can also talk about the police pulling you into a police station to make you fill a cup. So first, liquor licensing. They're going to be looking at whether or not they should be making.
But not for alcohol though. You're talking about
two different things.
For drugs.
Yeah, for drugs. So which one do you want? Liquor or you want drugs first?
Go ahead. Liquor and drugs. Liquor.
They're going to be talking about changing liquor laws. Now, I was in Japan over the holidays, and I found out they had recent changes to Japan's liquor laws about drinking and driving. And here's something really unusual. In Japan, if you get busted for drinking and driving, not only do you get busted, the bartenders or waiters that served you get busted.
Oh.
Which is similar to some other places, but here's something uniquely Japanese. People who were drinking with you will get busted, can be charged, right? And this is very unusual. It's a new law in Japan, and it goes directly to this idea that they have about culture and about hierarchy. And basically what they're saying is that there was an incident where somebody's boss was like, you have to drink. And then said, you have to drive me home because I am drunk, even though his boss made him drink. And there was an incident, and in Japan, there's this idea that you can't say no to your boss. The idea of hierarchy is so ingrained there that they have come up with a drinking and driving law that says that not only do you go to jail, but the people that were with you, the peer pressure, is considered strong enough that those people can also be arrested.
All right.
So now,
So they will be treated as accomplices.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're basically they can go to jail for it. So it's really, this is very unusual. I haven't heard this anywhere else in the world.
But it's kind of like the seatbelt law. I mean, if the passengers did not wear a seatbelt, and the driver would be held responsible.
If it's the front seat, because he can see you. If it's the back seat, like in the taxis, I know in the back seat you get charged. Front seat, the driver gets charged.
I thought the back seat. I'm not sure.
I don't think the back seat. I think the back seat you get charged.
The front seat definitely.
Yeah,
but even the back seat, I think, because I think at one time I was sitting in a 7-people minivan.
Yeah.
And the police just pulled the car over, and then every one of them, including the driver,
got a ticket.
Really?
So,
but I'm not sure. That we can check.
Yeah.
But going back to drinking and driving.
So drinking and driving.
And peer pressure.
Yeah, and peer pressure. Japan, peer pressure is considered, a legally chargeable phenomenon, right? You can go to jail because you were there and you didn't stop it happening. So. Very unusual, very Japanese. Today, LegCo, they're going to be looking at, they said they're going to look at 2 or 3 jurisdictions in Canada, Australia, but they didn't mention Japan. But I mean, that's an unusual one. So I wanted something unusual for people to look at.
Drugs. Urine.
Yeah, the government right now is having a consultation
to
make a cup of urine.
Yes.
So the government is having a consultation right now about whether or not the police should have the right to basically say, you look like you're on drugs, come with me to the police station and fill a cup. Right, which right now they can't do. The consultation's on. It'll be wrapping up very, very soon in Harbour Times. That was our lead story. So that one is one worth having a look at. Already the proposals have changed to say not only do you have to look like you're on drugs, because the medical community came out and said, we're doctors, we can't tell somebody just by looking at them if they're on drugs, if you're all... Because that would be pretty much every protester in Hong Kong. They all look like they're on drugs. But they're also,
No, that's discrimination.
Hey, if the guys from LSD, are out there, going, woo, the police, that's the concern, though, is people legitimately protesting. The police are like, oh, I thought he was on drugs, so I pulled him out for 3 hours. That's abuse of power. That's the concern, hence the consultation. So, we make light, but...
I see.
Yeah, so now they've amended the proposal to say not only do the police have to think they look like they're on drugs, but there has to be the presence of drugs. And I think that will moderate it a lot more. Right, so like the problem is they go into a nightclub to bust people, and there's like drugs everywhere on the floor.
Yep.
People just throw it out.
I agree. I think we have to choose presence as the key word for today.
Presence.
I mean, those 2 presents who force you to drink will be held responsible.
Yeah.
And in order to charge someone or ask someone to go to make a urine sample in police station, there should be drug presence.
The presence of drugs.
Presence of drugs.
Yes, but then it also goes to another, which is the presence of mind, which is a different kind of presence. Same word, different meaning. The presence of mind. So that's a good one for word of the day. The presence of mind, your state of mind, or the presence, meaning the physical presence.
Very Japanese. The presence.
Yes.